Winning Wednesday. I hope everybody is feeling good, having a great week. And yeah, what's going on with everybody? What's any updates y'all been having? Yeah. All right, let me welcome my people. Okay. All right. Okay. It's not too much on the voice. Hey, Reality. Hey, Raquel. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Mar. Hey, Yo Yo. Hey, Roman. Hey, Myth. Let me put it up so I'm like, y'all not looking at my forehead. Hey, Mayel. Hey, Asada. Hey, Jada. Hey, Kayla. Hey, Antoine. Yo. How was spring break? Oh, I guess for everybody else. How was spring break for y'all? And for me, I had my spring break. I want to say mine was last month. But it was okay. I didn't know I was coming home, so it was really expensive. But it was nice to be home in my own room. Hey, Gemma. What did y'all do for spring break? Like, did y'all travel? Y'all spend time with family? Y'all rested? Like, what was going on? Okay. Gemma said spring break was really fun. I actually relaxed a lot more than I was supposed to. It's no such thing. It's no such thing. Dawn said my spring break was so good. Too good, in fact. Almost didn't come back to school, but we here. Yo, I felt like I kind of felt similar to that. Not with my spring break, but with my nap. I had this nap earlier, y'all, right? I went to sleep like 11:45. I was gonna wake up at 1 so I can go eat, go to the cafe. I went to class. I'm like, nah, I just eat at the class. I finished class. What's it called? Hit my alarm. I'm like, nope. I kept turning the alarm off. Your girl woke up 1:50. I had to hurry up, put my clothes on. I had the line marks on my arm. Tired. But I was falling into my bed. So I definitely feel you. I almost didn't go to class. But I went. Roman said spring break 8. Period. What you do? Raquel said spring break was amazing. Now all these exams coming up. And that is exactly what happened after my spring break. We had the break, and then after they just piled up work. And I'm like, what? Like spring break so y'all can rush us to be back on track? Come on. Calm down. Kayla said I went to Atlanta. Atlanta. How you come to Atlanta and then come see me? Or I could have came to see you. Like, what's going on? Happy Winning Wednesday, Sid. Hey, Antonio. Mayel said, my family dragged me all the way to California, so that's nice. Yo, California would be so nice. I think like that's like one of my top places to go in state. Cause I don't think I ever been on that side of the United States. On that coast. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go one day. Maybe in the summer. Maybe I can plan a little something. Um Gemma said I went to DC like 3 times. It was Sid's birthday over break, so we celebrated that, and I did an estimate for a big job offer in DC. Period. Stop playing. I know that's right, Gemma. Sid, you actually got the same birthday as Layla. She was a little leader, and she was in leadership through Art with Elder. Um, Dawn said, I spent a lot of time with my honorary family. I went to a Dutch Catholic church for Easter, and it was such a good experience. I went to DC and the National Harbor that same day, LOL. Oh my God, y'all was busy. Yeah, Gemma, I slept good. Like, I honestly would probably be back in my bed. Not gonna lie, I would have my eyes rested before we got on here, but I'm on here. I'm on here. We good. Mark said, "Happy on feeling tired." Cam. Eugene said, "What's good?" He hated Eugene. Mark said, "I went to Jamaica and spent my last few days in Florida with family. It was fun and relaxing." Why? Ain't nobody invite me on a trip like at all. Y'all going to Jamaica, Florida, California. Q went to the Bahamas for his spring break, like, and for Q spring break, my mother came down here. So when she was doing Thriving Thursday last week, she was here. So from Tuesday to yesterday, she was here. Dawn said, "Yes, Gemma. What's the job offer? Do I have to wait until decision day as well?" I'm dead. Yeah, I don't want to wait all this during the decision day. Can y'all just tell me the decision so I can just know, like, what I need to expect next year? Like, if y'all gonna be down here or what? Like, Reality said, "I lost another person in my life over spring break, so I didn't really get to enjoy it." Oh no, I'm so sorry for your loss, Reality. Is there anything that we can do? Or if it's anything we can do, just let us know. We here. Hey, Bless. Gemma, they gonna improve the price. They might give you a little bit more. Naeem said, "Hey, how y'all doing?" And I didn't do much over the spring break, but productive. Anything that kept me occupied. Sometimes it's good to just really just take a break. Like, I be freaking out sometimes if I don't have nothing to do, which is rarely the case. I normally always have some on my to-do list, but like, I gotta choose peace sometimes. Sometimes I'd be like, all right, this could get done tomorrow. Um, Definitely emphasis on what Dawn said. Send in all the love and take as much time as you need to grieve. Get your, mind together and everything. I mean, it's not gonna be something that's gonna be an overnight process. Some days are better than others, but definitely make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Hey Bree. Mayel said everyone was all over the road at this point. No, for real. Hey Talia, are you feeling any better? Any updates or anything? Hey Jimmy. Talia said I had doctor's appointments most of spring break. Oh no. Well, hopefully they start figuring out some stuff. Hey Santana. All right, y'all. I'm gonna try to get y'all a little update about what's happening with me over the last 2 weeks. Let's see. Most of my 2 weeks, it feel like my last 2 weeks since I saw y'all has flew. But I don't think I really did too much. My mom was here, so like last week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I went to the movies like every night. I seen 1001, Air, and Super Mario Brothers, and all the movies was good. I actually liked the Air movie more than I thought I was to, because I'd be like, I don't know. I got it because it was a $5 movie ticket with T-Mobile Tuesday, but I just didn't know if I was gonna really like it. But I really liked it. So yeah, and then 1001 had me like thrown for a loop at the end. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. And then Super Mario Brothers, my mother my mother really liked Mario since like she was younger. She used to play the game. So when we went to the movies, like she was talking the whole time. Like I'm like, girl, like we not in the game. Other than that, oh, I went to church over the weekend in person. Normally, I watch church online on Sundays. Back home, I used to go to Union, so I was watching Union. But on Sunday, this past Sunday, my friend T, chair roommate, had invited me to church, and somebody else invited me to church, and it was the same church. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. So I went to church with my mother, and it was an experience. And then I spent time with some family, which was like unusual. I wouldn't say unusual, but like that much of my mother's side of the family at one time is like rare for me. So that was a time we had food. Like I had a home cooked meal. Y'all know how I be struggle meal at the calf. Like is not it. So I wasn't really eating at the calf last week, which is good. Other than that, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Tomorrow, Charity's going to come speak at my internship again. So if y'all ever come back to Atlanta or anything before May 26th, let me know because I want to make sure we have guests. Next month, we're not doing lesson plans. So I'm trying to make sure that they all get like an experience with somebody, a mentor, somebody that they could connect with, past the program. So yeah, that's really all that happened with me. Let me finish reading what y'all comments were. Oh, and I'm supposed to be going to the botanical gardens this week, so that should be fun. I'll probably take some pictures, take my camera. And I got another photography assignment to do. So I need to start shooting for that. Antonio said my spring break was good. Besides these hot days really getting me. Talia said, yes, I'm much better. Went to Tech Tuesday yesterday. That's so good. Antoine said my spring break was fire. I love to see it. Roman said, yo, while I was in the shopping center and thought I saw a big Mel in the car. Which shopping center you was at? You might have seen her. You might did see her because you never know. She just got back, what was it? Yesterday. So if you seen her, she don't look like how she looked last time. Miff said I need to go see Super Mario Bros. For real. You should. It was a cool movie. Now she was probably in a car. Mar said I just committed to the college I told you about camp. Yo, I love to see it, yo. Done. My mother be laughing so loud, like, calm down. Hi, Miss Michelle. Gemma said I want to come back. Gemma, we have space for you. Like, if you want to come back. Next week we supposed to be having the male mentors from the cycle again. So we had the mentors talk to the boys like 3 weeks ago or something like that, and it went really well. Like the boys had a different focus than they usually do with the guest mentors. Like, don't get me wrong, guest mentors been fire, but the boys need like some male attention, for real. So when they got to talk with a guy one-on-one, like, that made them feel a little bit better for real. Dawn did their thing. But yeah, and then Gemma, they got some cheap flights on like Delta, Southwest. I think they having $49 flights, $59 flights right now. So let me know if you need help with that. And the guest session will either be, don't call up the show for this, Tuesday or Thursday next month. So normally we do Thursdays, but I'm gonna do Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you can come either time that work for you, Gemma. And Tony said that movie was a masterpiece. Shout out Jack Black for his singing with Bowser. Hey, yo, Dawn, not too much on Spirit. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little woozy now because Delta had got me right. I had got a Delta flight when I came back to Atlanta from spring break, and the experience is way better, So I'll get my little $49 deals now. But I'm driving home, so I don't need to get a flight anytime soon, unless I go on a trip. Hey, yo, now she rolled down the windows. Stop. Okay. Done. Bye. All right, y'all. So we about to get into what we're gonna be talking about today. I did the check-in a little bit longer, but I just want to make sure that I checked in with everybody today. Today we're gonna just basically be doing like a college Q&A. So like if y'all have any questions as far as like what's the experience in college like, y'all can ask me that. But also I wanted to answer any questions that y'all had about, how to make the best decision for you. And honestly, I can't tell you exactly like which college to pick, but like I can give you some tips on like how I picked and what my experience was and everything like that. And Jada, as far as Founders Day, y'all, so all right, don't hit me. But yesterday when we had Founders Day, I did not go to convocation. So that's why y'all ain't see me post in my white dress this year, because I did not go to convocation. I honestly was not feeling good. And it was my time of the month. How about that? So wearing a white dress was not the best thing to do. However, they did have a lot of activities and stuff, and I'm also really introverted, so it's difficult for me to be around a lot of people for hours at a time. Like, it's overwhelming a little bit. So I actually went to work yesterday. The kids were back at the program, so I went to work at 1:30, and I just slept in a little later. Plus my mom had to go back to the airport, so I took her back to the airport at like 5 something in the morning and just slept in until I had to go to work. Okay. So Dawn said, with me being a junior and the school year ending, should I be finalizing my colleges I'm applying to? All right, I'm gonna keep it a bean. It's like, all right. So when I was a junior, it was a little bit different for me because it was the pandemic. But normally junior year is like when you create your list, it might not be final, but you really do want to get like a good foundation of where you want to apply. So when you in your senior year, it's not super hectic, because I didn't really have a list. Like, or actually my list, the list that I did have, it changed. Like the whole thing changed over the pandemic. So I ended up applying with the Common Black app, and it allowed me to apply to like as many HBCUs as I want. I think I might have applied to all of them. I don't know. But I applied to HBCUs, and then when I had to do the other Common App stuff for like the ones that I knew for sure that were like my top, like Spelman and Howard, and Spelman and Howard were my top two. But do it ranked, and work over the summer to do your emails. Well, not your emails, your essays. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the emails I gotta do. The essays that you want to do to apply to colleges. So like I said, it's not a real hectic process. The only thing that you probably should be focusing on in your senior year is like scholarships and visiting schools if you haven't already started that this year. So I hope that answers your question, Dawn. Let me know. And Dawn, so as far as finding scholarships, what I normally do is, for me, I've been sending like seniors that I know all the scholarships that I get. So like Spelman always sends like scholarships that we should apply to, and I just screenshot, send a link to people that I know. But also it's this other Instagram page, and I'm gonna drop it in the chat too. It's called Scholar World. Um this lady named Jada Miracle created this, where basically like she posts all the scholarships that she knows, or even ones that she's won. She's won over $600,000 in scholarships. So I just send those to people as well. Let me put that in the chat so y'all can follow it, look on it. And yeah, let me see. I'm geeking. The YouTubers right here. All right. And then also make sure for the schools that are your top that you go through their site. So like each school normally has what scholarships they offer, how you can apply. Sometimes it's a separate application. Sometimes it's already a part of like your common application. They go based off like the extracurriculars you're involved in, your GPA, and you want to look at what type of scholarship it is, whether it's merit, academic, all of those things. And also don't limit yourself to only applying to a certain amount of scholarships, because once you apply, it's never guaranteed. So make sure that you apply to as many as you can. And if you get more than what you need, that's great. That means a refund check. But if you don't, keep constantly applying. Don't get discouraged, because Rejection is protection, y'all. Rejection is protection. Okay. No, yo, I was doing a facilitation one time. I came back home at Forest Park, and they was on my team. This is when me and Elder had went and we were facilitated together at Forest Park. And the one of the students, they on my team, they come do a presentation. They are like, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I don't even know what I'm supposed to say. Yo, I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what to say? We just was talking about it. Roman, is that a question? Are you saying how do I get past overwhelming feelings of growing up? If so, I can go ahead and answer that question. All right. Well, I'm gonna answer it like that. And if it's something else, just let me know. But as far as the feelings of growing up, it's kind of like, okay, it's right. All right. As far as feelings of growing up, I think that it's still an adjustment for me. Like freshman year was a little bit different. Like I felt like we had like this grace period, basically like it was a pandemic and we just we're weaning off the pandemic. Like we was doing COVID tests every week and everything like that. We still had to wear a mask and everything. So things were moving a little bit slower and it was giving a little bit more grace. I didn't have as many responsibilities. I mean, I got things that I wanted to get that I was getting paid for and stuff. But this year, well, I'm talking about years as far as like my academic years. In my sophomore year, I got a car like the summer prior to starting school. Well, I got 2 cars actually. So I got 07 Camry, which I saved money all the prior year. So I saved like 20,000 the prior year. And then this summer, I was like, I want to get my car. Like, I don't like depending on nobody. Every time I ask people for a ride, like, it's always like somebody complaining or I gotta wait. And I don't know. I kind of am like one of those people that's like, let's do it all by myself. But I ended up getting the car. And then the first car that I got was just not gonna work for me driving to Atlanta. Like it was hot. Anybody that I gave a ride to when I had that car, it was high. Something was wrong with the AC. It had a leak. It had failed inspection or something like that. And I was not trying to put in more money into the car. I just want a car that's doing what it's supposed to do. It's gonna ride A to B. And I wanted a Camry. Like I just wanted a Camry. Because who else should I know named Camry driving in a Camry? So yeah, I spent $5,000 on my first car and then paid for insurance for like a month because I got rid of it. And then I ended up trading it in to the dealership. And my mother told me to go to the dealership at first, but I didn't listen. Just so I wouldn't have to deal with the problems and, going to Atlanta. If you're still staying in, the state, maybe a used car might just be a little bit better for you. And honestly, it just depending on your budget. But I traded that car and they ended up giving me like $1,500 for it. So I did lose out on $3,500. And if I would have just got the dealership first, then I would have been a little bit better. But went to the dealership. I seen a Toyota Camry that I wanted online. It was actually at another location. I went to the Heritage out Catonsville. And then I put a down payment of $5,000 on that one, which was a 16% interest rate, like on, I guess you can say like the loan, because once they give you the car, you don't pay all of it off. You got the car payment. So I still have the same interest of 16%. It's 16 point something, but just for sake of it, it's 16%. Now I got the car and then I had to pay insurance. And I also paid my cell phone bill and I got a credit card. I would say if you do get a car at the dealership, make sure that y'all start your credit before. So like when I got my card, I wasn't even 6 months in with starting my credit journey. So that's why my interest rate was so high. But they still allowed me to put it in my own name, and I had to put it in like my parents' name or anything because of how much I put down. But if you are going to the dealership, make sure that you got a credit score started, or something else is built in your credit to make sure that you're good. But yeah, that the new responsibilities make me like change like the way that I do things. So like I still have fun. Don't get me wrong. I go out to eat or go to the thrift store, get the things that I want. But like it's certain things that I have to scale back on, which be an adjustment, like my hair and like the difficulties I've been having with my hair because of like, my hair coming out and everything like that. So the overwhelming feelings, I don't think they get really like less overwhelming. You just learn how to deal with them a little bit better, was what I would say. And then Roman, aren't you on Get Round? I thought Miss Robin come and talk every last week of the month. And I hope I answered your question. I just know I just gave y'all all of that information, but I just want y'all to be like prepared. Like I pay for my cell phone bill, which is like almost $80. Then I pay for my car payment, which is like 300. That's what normally what I put down. And then my insurance, it went up after I got rid of the other car, traded that in. I got a newer car, so like if I ever get in an accident, it's gonna cost more. So now I pay 5 something for that. So I hope that that just puts stuff in perspective for y'all and like what y'all want to do, because I know a lot of y'all been talking about like, oh, I want to get a car or I want to drive, and it come with some stuff. So all right, Dawn said I have a list. Most of them are art schools, but I'm primarily looking for colleges with good dance programs and marching bands. I think Alabama State is, I think it's what it's called. Alabama State is an HBCU. They have a really good dance program. One girl that I know that went to Western during the time that I went, she got a full ride, and I saw a boy last year. He went there for the dance program and got a full ride as well. So you might want to look at that. And HBCUs is real good for like dance programs and marching bands in general. So I'm trying to figure out which comments is for me. Yeah, and what Jada said, check out the government official pages. Like if you are going to an in-state school, they always have like a stipend or something to offer. Okay, Naeem said, I'm not too big on scholarships, but I'm looking forward to go to North American trade schools, either for diesel mechanics, automotive electrician, or to UTI for strictly automotive mechanics. So what money do you need for that, Naeem? Because I don't know. I've never really seen with scholarships, well, not scholarships, school just is free. So you're going to probably need some money in order for you to go to trade school. And I think you can still get scholarships for trade schools. I'm just not really well versed on that process. So Leah said, I'm scared because I'm going to have more responsibilities since I turn 18 soon. Yo, don't look at 18 like it's like a light switch, like everything going flip around upside down when you turn 18. It's more so it's like kind of like growing pains. Like, you're growing up and everything like that. And it's things that you're not going to want to do, but it's good to have, like, having your phone on or having a car you can drive or, whatever the case may be. So, I try to like look at the beauty in the situation. It does help me be a little bit more like strict with myself and like create a balance, knowing that like it's somebody that's going to be hitting my phone with a bill that I need to pay, unless like I want my car repoed or I want a fine or I want my phone off, which means I can't work. Like, so I don't know. Don't look at it like a crazy thing though, because when my full year of 18 was pretty good. Like I had a lot of different accomplishments. So don't look at all of that. And Jada said, I feel like that feeling is inevitable. No, really, like I didn't really start feeling it until now. I think I answered Kayla's question. The first car was 5,000. Then paying for tags. I paid for like little stuff that's in the car. Like, I love my first car though. At the same time, like it humbled me because the car that I have now, I appreciate way more. but it humbled me. But like thinking about paying for like tents, because like I don't be out late at night all the time, but when I am out late or like out in general, I don't want people just looking through my car. And I'm normally like by myself if I'm driving, so um I'm protected though. I'm protected. um oh y'all, we do have some, we're gonna have a guest coming soon too that is gonna talk to you a little bit more about money with HBCU. So I'm looking forward to that because I think that'll help y'all a little bit more because she's an expert. Um, done. Be quiet. Jimmy said, "Yeah, but these next 2 months we are talking to tax professionals. Yo, the tax stuff, y'all. This year was my first year filing taxes, and it's not completely over yet. My mother doing my taxes because that she have that background. Like my grandfather used to work at Jackson Hewitt. That's how he know Miss Cheryl, and Miss Cheryl know my mother and everything like that. But all of the taxes, she was doing it. And basically like she was telling me like certain things about like itemization and all of that. And I'm just like, girl, like, can you do it for the rest of my life? Like, I can't do this. But it's a process. Talia said budgeting my money isn't a problem for me now. It's just being more on my own. And the thing is too, as you're growing up, don't think about it as I'm just alone. Because sometimes I be putting myself in a hole, like as far as thinking like everything is dependent on me. But it's not. Certain like things I do not have control of. Like, and that's where you have to allow whatever you believe in. But for me, it's God. Let God take it over for you. So I think about it like that. And then I also think about like the support that you have for friends. Like sometimes it's difficult for me to ask for help, but like if I really need it, I gotta ask for help. Unless I just want to suffer in silence. Like it's not cute. Um Roman Clark said, when you started driving, were you scared? I think I was excited. I think I was only nervous when I had new people in my car. Like it was an adjustment with like I don't mind giving people rides, but it was adjustment with like knowing that I'm responsible for your life and mine. Now it's not as bad because it's like, okay, most of the people that get in my car, they've been in my car before. Like they don't be all anxious in the car with me. Like my mother, y'all, I love my mother to death, but I hate when she be in my car because every time she in the car, she drive worse than I do, right? But she in the car with me. We on the highway. She trying to stomp her foot down like she the one with the control of the brake. Like, no, I can't drive with people like that. But now it's adjustment driving in different places too. Like Baltimore, the potholes, like the speed limit not as high. But then Atlanta, the speed limit higher, people drive crazy. Like they'll be in a lane, they be behind you, but then they go 2 lanes over just to get right back in front of you, about to cause an accident. Or they about to get off on the wrong exit, so then they cut you off. That makes stuff a little bit scary. But you got to be aware. You can't be on your phone. Like you just can't. Jada said, I agree. I feel Horse Miles gives a cushion because you still have mentors, but now that I'm 21, it do feel more different. Yeah, I think I definitely felt like I had a cushion. I felt like I had security. I don't know if it was necessarily a cushion, but I feel like I have security because it's like I know that I'm gonna do my part, and Horse Miles always does their part in making sure that I'm paid on time. I don't have to worry about anything. I can put my bills on auto pay them early sometimes if need be. And like, the culture here is like everything that I need. So like, it's like, even if I did not have something, I know that I can talk to somebody that does have it or can help me get it. So I think about that. You just gotta have your support systems in place. Roman said, I went driving last year for the first time. I was too excited. Yeah, I was real excited when I got my car too. And I be excited now, like when I drive to different places. Like a lot of times when people ask me about my experience driving from like Baltimore to Atlanta or vice versa. They'd be like, oh my God, you did that all by yourself. Like, nobody, you didn't switch with nobody. Like, you went through all them states. And I'm just like, I don't really mind it. Like, I actually kind of enjoy just driving, like, seeing the scenery, like, listening to my music, vibing for hours. Like, it's cool. And like the first time that I did it, I was doing time sheets. Like when I took my first break, I'm like, yeah, I got to do these time sheets, turn these into Miss Mo, blah, blah, blah. It was for year round too, I think. But like it's always an adventure. And like I drove to Virginia Beach in January. So like, that's cool. But I really enjoy driving. Not when it felt like a responsibility though, when I want to. Kayla said, my parents are the same way. I thought it was going to get better by now. Yeah, like, no, that's why she needs to drive her own car. She needs to drive her own car. Even Q don't be like that. Like, me and Q, we be turned up. I be in the car, listen to my music or whatever. I got to put the clean music on. With Q in the car. Not saying my music be crazy. I be listening to R&B and stuff. But, like, the cursing, it got to be but Q got his little car seat in the back. I got not the car seat, what it is, the booster seat in my trunk. Then I put the what's the name in there when he ain't there. We go to McDonald's, like I don't eat that. Dunkin' Donuts, all that. And me and Q be vibing on the highway, all that, like, and just be my mother. I just can't do it. And I don't really drive with my father in the car, so that's never an issue. But when we drive, he don't give me no problems. And I even drove my grandmother around when she didn't give me no problem. It's just my mother, yo. Antonio, you definitely have to start, practicing behind the wheel if you want to drive. And Roman said, well, I hope I'm excited too when I start driving. Jimmy said, heavy on the bills on auto pay. Rieli said, I feel that's how I was when I first started driving. And then when I got my first car, I got warmed up to it. Yeah, and it's like, when people in your car, like, why are you worried? Because, like, I pay for this car. So, for one, not only do I not want to get in an accident, I care about my life first. I care about my life. Then, of course, I care about your life too. That's why you in my car. But, like, why are you worried? Why are you worried? Like, this money not going to go to waste. Like, we protected. We covered. No. Kayla, do your parents help you? If y'all got more questions too, make sure that y'all answer them, whether it's about bills or like school. It's mainly about school, but like I wanted to help y'all with any questions that y'all had. Kayla said, do your parents help you with your bills or you pay them all on your own? Yo, I pay my bills all on my own. But I've honestly kind of been like independent since I was 14. So when I started KR Smoothies, that's when I started paying for more stuff like back to school stuff and everything. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I get help from like other adults or whatever. But for most part, it's like if I don't work and I don't get paid, how the bills gonna get paid? But my jobs also are like things that I enjoy. Like I enjoy working with kids, I enjoy community work, like I enjoy speaking, so yeah, I pay for all of my bills. Dawn, the mother love, like, I be feeling like I be one for my mother and he a lot. Talia said, I practiced with my cousin in the parking lot last month, almost hit the truck in the parking lot. How, yo? How? You was in the parking lot. What were you doing? Jada said, why would you even get in the car worried? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you was worried, just go ahead and step out for me. Step out, open the door, step out, close my door back, and I'm gonna drive off. Talia said she also said I was moving the wheel too slow the first go around. I'm real heavy on I was heavy on the gas at first. Like how hard I pressed the gas when I first started, it was too hard. But other than that, the people that taught me, first I was driving with my middle sister, Raquel. Then my oldest sister, Courtney, she was teaching me. And then I really was just trying not to ask my mother ever, but then I had to get in the car with my mother. She was already about to have an anxiety attack when I first started pulling off. I pulled over. I said, all right, you can just get back in. I was fed up. Then I was with my father. My father, like, he don't be on edge. He just be like mad aggressive. Like, man, you have 3 daughters. Like, calm down. Um, Jimmy said I was in a car and this man was driving 103 on the highway and reading tweets. I was scared for my life. I just remember that when you mentioned caring for others, like, yeah, and you also got to drive for other people. You're not just driving for you. So, like, when people drive in Atlanta, they be doing 103 or like 80 or whatever. And it's like, you got to be making sure that you just alert so you don't get caught up in other people's mess. Not 224. Don't say I had my permit, but I need to schedule my drive time. They can wait until summer though. See, yeah, I don't be pushing myself up because one time I got my permit, right? Got my permit expired, right? I had to re-get my permit. And then I had to wait more time in order for me to get my license. Then I got my license. So yeah. But I didn't want to redo anything. Just make sure that you on top of it so your stuff don't expire. Talia said I didn't press the gas because when I did it, it went too fast. So we kept it in drive and just did turn and brake. Oh, okay. Well, ooh. All right. So what other questions do y'all have? Like, I know we talked about scholarships. I know that y'all talked about bills, responsibilities of growing up. Like, for the seniors, what are y'all thinking about as far as like what's going through your head right now as far as picking which school that y'all want to go to? Next month we're gonna try to do a decision day live or for Winter Wednesday. I know that y'all already going to be out on May the 1st, but on May the 3rd, we want to make sure that we can celebrate y'all all in one, instance and everything. I know we did it last year, but we need to do it again this year. Jada, for when my first permit expired, I didn't have to redo driving school. I did the classroom portion and then I had to get the permit again. And then I did my drive time with another driving school because the first driving school that I went to had closed down. So, and yeah, I got my hours after, I think it was when I got my second permit. And as far as how I'm feeling, I am feeling okay. Like I'm at mixed feelings right now. So my internship, I'm doing an internship right now, and I really enjoy working with kids. So I'm doing that, but like that takes up a good portion of my time. Like if y'all been following me since like before, y'all had seen like when I was going to the gym every day doing my mile, and like that really helped me like keep my energy up. But as of late, I haven't really been running, going to the gym, or like anything like that. So I've been feeling like really like tired and drained. So I'm trying to see how I can put more of that in, my daily life. Even if I just go once a week, I just knew that made me feel a little bit better when it came to energy, and I need it. So that's one thing. I do need to find a new therapist. Like after that one time that I told you about with that lady when she was in the bed, it was real difficult for me to try to find that lady. So trying to find somebody else is a whole nother thing. And then thinking about the back and forth. Like once I'm out of school, I don't have school insurance anymore. And the school insurance doesn't even really cover like everything. Like I went to the emergency room because I had a blood clot on my leg. And y'all know that I was telling y'all like how my hair is like coming out in the back. That's why I cut my hair. I actually was gonna cut it short, and I'm still thinking about that. But my hair was coming out and the blood clot. So I was trying to make sure that it wasn't a thyroid issue or some other like issue or whatever. But I ended up having to get a bill for that because they don't cover things that are like alopecia related or like well, I didn't pay it, but alopecia related or hair loss or whatever. But mind you, I didn't know that because come up with your insurance. It's like pages and pages and pages of stuff they do and do not cover or whatever. And they didn't, when I was at the emergency room, they didn't even tell me that I had like a version of alopecia. So I was like, how was it not covered? So I've been kind of a little bit hesitant on trying to use it for something else. Like I went to the dermatologist and I only had to pay $10. So that's cool. I'm supposed to be going in again for like my hair, which is kind of weird because like y'all cover the dermatologist for like me to get my hair or my scalp looked at by a dermatologist, but I go to the emergency room and like I got a blood clot in my leg and I got my hair coming out and fatigue and all of this other stuff, and I got to pay for that. But it's also with school insurance, so I'm trying to find another insurance that I can use next year that can cover a little bit more stuff versus that. But yeah, it's just been a lot of different things going on, like between work, not being home as much. So like I think last year y'all remember me coming home frequently. Like I came home at least 4 times each semester. But like this year, I only came back once. So that definitely weighed on my mental health, like not being able to have like a breath of fresh air. Like, don't get me wrong, like my friends down here like Charity and T, they definitely been like saving grace. And when Elder come down to Atlanta too, they definitely helped me. But not being able to have my sense of home in Baltimore, like that's been difficult. So when I come home, I'm going to take my week off, like just to unplug. I'm probably not going to really be talking to nobody. If it's my week for Winning Wednesday, I'm going to be talking to Coach Johnson, saying if we can do a switch or something like that, or have somebody take over. But this summer, I want to make sure I give my heart to Baltimore this summer for me, but also for the community. So that's kind of where I'm at. I know my answer was a little drawn out, but just wanted to answer your question to my best ability. Gemma said, right now I'm weighing the experiences I can have at each college and my financial aid packages. Let me read all of your stuff before I respond to it. I have a lot of good offers, but only from PWIs. Also waiting to hear back from both. I'm all like from Baltimore. See, I'm telling y'all, my mind be like, I might be one place and I'll be talking about another thing. Also waiting to hear back from Maryland about my guaranteed access grant. I think I heard about that one. Okay. All right. So I would say I definitely looked at the different experiences that I wanted to have and like the culture of the campus. It was just a little bit different because it was no like tours or anything when I did pick my decision. So when I picked Spelman, I never been on Spelman campus. I watched, videos about Spelman or even talked to Spelman alum like Miss Simone, but I never was on Spelman campus before. So like making sure that you tour if you could or watch YouTube videos or use what's accessible to you for you to pick your decision, but also the financial aid packages piece is important. Like I told y'all my top two was Spelman and Howard. Howard only gave me half. They're around the same cost, I think like 50,000 or whatever. But Howard only gave me half, and Spelman gave me the full thing. But I got really excited when I got accepted to Spelman versus when I got accepted to Howard anyway. So I kind of already knew what I was going to do, and I kept my stuff secret too. And when I got the offer for like them giving me all of it, I decided like this is just affirming what I already want to do. So think about how you felt when you got the acceptance from that school the schools that you're really looking at, and use that to create your decision. And then as far as the PWI office, it go back to the experiences that you said you want to have. Like, how do you want to feel when you in class, or there's events on campus? Like the girls that I know from Western that did go to PWIs, like they normally are really intimate or close with the people, other Black people that's on campus. So that's a good thing, but it's also really good to be around. Well, for me, it's really good to be around other Black women that's on similar paths that I am on. And then also thinking about if you want co-ed education versus, all one gender education. And for me, I know that when I was at Western, I was able to focus more when I was around only women. So I was like, Spelman is, it gave me that vibe. Like I get to be around only women if I want to, and I can talk to guys if I want to, because Morehouse and Clark and Morris Brown, they all surrounding us, but I still can get the experience that I want. Like, what's the class ratios? Like, how big are the classes? Because some schools are like really big, and so it's like 200 people in a class. But like you have like Spelman is more like 30 people per section. Sometimes smaller. Like my photography class is literally like 10 people. So thinking about what you want from where you want to go. Yeah. I hope it get figured out soon too. They said that I have alopecia areata, which they said was like stress induced. I honestly didn't feel like I was really that stressed, but like the dermatologist basically was talking to me about, how certain times your body can perceive things as stress that maybe you don't really think is stressful. So yeah, but they did give me like stuff to put in my scalp. They gave me like steroid injections around the area, but I don't know, they iffy. Like I thought they was helping, and then the other day I looked and I still like had some spots. So that mess has been messing with me, like my conscious, like being self conscious a little bit. Um, Antonio, you say every session your favorite session, yo. Talia said, I also understand the medical struggles and the financial aspect that my mom has because of my medical issues. And I don't know. I feel like health insurance, I didn't know that like health insurance was like how it was. So like normally with my medical anything, my mother was handling it before I came to school. And like once I turned 18, it's like, your mother can't really call. Oh wait, Talia, I'm gonna finish this one. I'm gonna go back to the one that you had said because I think I know what you talk about. But like, your mother can't really call anymore or whatever, or handle your medical stuff. Like you had to speak on your own behalf. So like that was definitely an adjustment. Like I can speak about myself or whatever, and like what things I had went through medically, but at the same time, it's like when your mother used to like do everything. It's like, why I gotta pay so and so to get this, or like, of course, I knew about like copay and stuff with like prescriptions, but like the actual cost of going to a specialist, that is a whole nother thing. Let me see what Talia. Okay. Talia said, I'm not graduating until January of next year, so I don't know how I will decide. One of my options was take a year off and do internships on what I want to do and see what I like, then apply. I've never really See, you're gonna be okay. I've never really like experienced that. I think maybe one person I know took a gap year. But to me, one of those things is like the momentum of like keeping up, like with wanting to actually go to school or do something more. Cause like you have all of this time, and like I think sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming because it's like, what do I do with this time? So honestly, I think it's based on like your frame of mind, like how disciplined are you? What are you doing right now in order for you to have that internship when you have a year off? Like, what ones are you going to apply to? Thinking about all of the aspects and like how you setting yourself up to be prepared, because it's one thing that y'all learn as y'all growing up. It's like some of this stuff when we procrastinate, I still do it when it comes to like my academic stuff, but you can't procrastinate when it comes to things surrounding your health or like your bills or your future. Like you can't procrastinate around those things. So that's what I would say. I didn't go to school for a year. That's why I'm behind in my mental and medical state. Yeah, I understand. Make sure that definitely taking care of yourself, but also think about what's next. Think about right now, process that, reflect on that, but think about what's next. Um, Anybody else have any other questions? Oh yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, definitely look at their graduation rate. Every school a little bit different, but also think about not putting pressure on yourself to complete in 4 years. Like, one thing that I wanted to do this semester, I was thinking about changing my major. So right now I'm a psych major, and I was thinking about transforming over to an education major. But if I would have became an education major, I would have pushed myself a year back. And like, I don't know, based on how I've been with school and everything, I've been doing really good as far as academics and stuff. But like the mental part and being away from Baltimore is getting away from getting not getting in my way, but like getting to me more than I thought that it would. So don't put pressure on yourself to graduate in 4 years, but also know what you need. And college does a really good job of teaching you what you need and what you want, the type of people that's out here, all of that. Jimmy said, I heard some colleges have a bad graduating rate, and some students aren't able to graduate within 4 years. Yeah, but 4 years is the ideal. But we also have to think about like life be life, and like it's different things that go on, whether it be something medical, where you have to like, take a year off, or a semester off, or whatever that might push you back, or you want to change your major, but you're a sophomore like me, so you gotta do your minor instead. But it's difficult sometimes, and you gotta make sure that you are actually having a load that you can handle. Like, they say that you're supposed to take 15 credits per semester. And like my first semester I took 18, and like this semester I took 12, because 12 is something that I thought that would be a little bit easier for me to handle this year versus how it was for me last year. So it's just a lot of different changes. So Leah said, I just didn't want to start something I don't like, and I thought I would. Wait, what you was talking about? You talking about as far as school, or? All right. Anybody got any last minute questions? I'm hoping that this was helpful for y'all, because I really want to make sure that y'all feel prepared to make your college decisions, or go into your college journey, or know where to look for the money at, who to talk to. We're trying to make sure that we provide as many sources to y'all as possible, as much support as we can, and just be transparent about experiences, y'all, because I know we get up on here, or I get up on here every 2 weeks on Wednesday, and y'all see me for an hour and stuff. But like, things be going on, y'all. Like, it be difficult, and I don't want y'all to be blindsided, like when y'all in college, or y'all away, or anything like that. So if it's anything that y'all ever need to ask me, just ask me. Like, hit my phone, hit my DM. Most of y'all got my number, but just always feel like y'all got somebody. All right, good. I'm glad it was helpful, Don. All right, y'all. So if nobody got any other last minute questions, I'm probably gonna go ahead and do my jewel, and then we're gonna get off here. I know we got the facilitators meeting is tonight, so the facilitators are about to hop off. Y'all definitely, killing it. Y'all doing your thing. I know we basically like got something for the day every day. Talia, just hit my DM, and then I'll give you my number. I'm gonna put it in the chat. All right, so my second jewel for the day, because y'all already know that I do my morning jewel. Yeah, Jada, is it some? Wait, what I do? All right, but my second jewel for today is make sure that you giving your heart some play. So, like, I know a lot of times that we have financial pressures, or pressures of us just growing up, or pressures of being in certain environments. But make sure that y'all giving your heart some play, doing some things that you actually love to do, that makes you feel full, that makes you feel fulfilled, like all of that. So get your heart some play, y'all. I love y'all. I hope that y'all have an amazing night. Everything goes well. Y'all have a smooth night. Y'all get rest so y'all can go to school tomorrow, kill it in school. And for y'all that got senioritis, or like it's just difficult being in school, make sure that y'all keep pushing, y'all keep pursuing, like it is an end goal in mind. And I know right now y'all fatigued from being in school for years during the pandemic, all of those things, but all of these things matter. And making sure that y'all finish strong, so nobody draws back on those scholarships. They give y'all more money, and I'm gonna pray for y'all. So I hope that y'all have a good night. Love y'all. Bye.